Hey, Plaidman here. It has been a minute and then some, so sorry about that. Got a beautiful fire going. Yeah, that's out of the pit. I'm gonna let it just die. Things are going well. Kind of, sort of, I don't know. This is Dad Life, I think part 4. It's been a minute. So I survived my first Mother's Day. And I survived my first Father's Day. And I want to say this. My wife killed it for Father's Day. And I thought I did okay for Mother's Day. But after what she did for Father's Day, I'm like, I feel like I need to do like another Mother's Day for her because she did so amazing. I don't know how to say it other than she just did so amazing. So like I took her where she wanted to go. We went on a road trip, a mini road trip, to the beach and saw some nice things. And we were with the baby and got some great photos and it was like beautiful and it's super cool. And in all fairness, like activity wise for Father's Day, I don't really want to do much. So we went to like a mall that we wanted to go to and walked around, enjoyed looking at stuff. It was like a really bougie mall. And I was like, this is above our pay grade. I don't know why we're here. I don't know if you've ever been to those kind of malls. Like, I have my mall that I go to. It's like, cool, yeah, all right. There's a Payless store. There's a this, there's a that. There's the Gap. There's the Ross or whatever. And then there's the stores where it's like, yeah, every other store is like Gucci or something like that. And I was like, yeah, I don't even know if I want to buy, like, I don't know if I want to get the pretzels. The pretzels might be overpriced. Gold flake pretzels or whatever. It wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bougie. But just generally had a good time. Sorry, I'm gonna throw the ball for my dog. Oi! This is his ball, which is about to die, which is why I get the orange balls. But I had a bunch of extra tennis balls, so I'll throw the balls for him. Anyways, so there's that part, and then I messed up at the later end of Father's Day. And it's weird. I have a wonderful wife. I love my wife so much. But she is like so different from a lot of women, like the stereotypes. And it makes me realize that like, yeah, people are different. Like there are stereotypes, men and women or other races or whatever. Stereotypes exist for a reason because that's their kind of normal operating basis. And then there's exceptions. And I don't want to call myself an exception, but I also think of myself as an exception to the rule. There's a lot of stereotypical things about me that are very manly. And then there's other parts of me where I'm decidedly unmanly. Like if you think about manly, you're like, doesn't cry for any reason. Only if his son's like, whatever, the most intense thing. Whereas here, I'll like watch a kid's movie, like a Disney or Pixar movie, and depending on the movie, I will cry. Now, it's not that I cry at everything. I don't cry all the time. I'm somewhere mid on the crying vector, but like, that's me. And now that I'm talking about it, honestly, what I feel like maybe the situation is my wife is me, but in reverse. So she's not a traditional woman in many respects. In some respects, she is. And I'm not a traditional man in many respects. So we are... I don't have both hands, but we are yin and yang to each other. And it's sometimes very, very frustrating because I am like expecting her to operate a certain way and she doesn't. Anyways, to go back. So simply put, the later half of Father's Day, I ruined. I messed up. My fault. It was still, the first part was a great day. But what I have to give my wife mega props for was she got me this hilarious gift, which was an outfit of like a dad outfit, like a golf shirt. I'm sorry, I'm not wearing it. I'll wear. Hey, Wiley, knock it off. Sorry, we got a little dog. It's a whole story. I'll explain it later. Anyways, whatever. So she got me this adorable like golf shirt with the shorts, which I don't normally wear shorts. Golf shirt, shorts. And then New Balance shoes and a hat. And basically like the quintessential like dad who's got 3 kids and just goes to Thanksgiving. You gotta fix your garage door. Like that kind of dad. the quintessential dad. So she gave me that outfit, and I was like, cool, babe, that's amazing. Like, I don't want or need any of these things. We can return them. But thank you for the gift. Like, and we should definitely do a photo shoot with it because it'd be funny. We haven't done the photo shoot yet, but I love the gift. It was an adorable, funny gift. And I want to say this briefly. On top of that, she had our son write a letter. Now, obviously my son didn't write the letter because he's coming up on 3 months, but he was a little after 2 months. But it was so amazing to see. This is what I'm talking about. So amazing to imagine my son was talking in that way. And it was so well written. It was beautiful. It was poetic. And I know that's like cliche to be like, oh, it doesn't take much to do poem. Like, no, but it was super poetic and beautiful. So I read that first, and then I read hers, and it was nice, and it was beautiful. It was cute. But it was like, it's like after watching Schindler's List, you like, I don't know, watch, I'm trying to think of another good movie, but not great. Like after watching Schindler's List, you watch It's a Wonderful Life or Love Actually. And you're like, oh yeah, both good movies. I'm still beat up after Schindler's List, so I can't really appreciate this other movie because it's just that intense. So yeah, it was so impressive and so amazing. And then later, she was like, hey, I want to get you a bicycle. And I wanted a bicycle, but also like, I don't really, it's not something that I can utilize right now. So like, hey, maybe not. I think something that I could utilize might be like a drone, because I'm looking at getting a drone, because if I do that, I can maybe have a side hustle of doing that, whatever. And then she just bought a drone. She just bought one. And was like, here you go, babe. And so I was like, okay. It was like just after a discussion about money where I felt like I was the villain, and I'm just like, okay, like she wins again. And there's this thing, I'm sure every dad recognizes this. I'm feeling it, and I'm afraid that my wife's gonna hate me so much. She's already saying she hates me in the best way, in the cutest way. And I'm like, I feel like she loves me when she says she hates me, but I'm worried. But then on top of that, it's like, oh, baby's whining and she's stressed out because she's at home all day with the baby. And God, I can understand. You're like trying to take a dump, and then all of a sudden, baby's like, hey, I'm angry at you right now. And you're like, I have to do what I'm doing, and yet I have to listen to my baby, this thing that I love immensely, screaming, and I can't do anything about it because I gotta take a dump. And that's just one tiny thing on top of all the other things that are going on with their body and the breast milk and this and that. Like, I'm trying to understand, okay? But I'm also like, I have to work, so I'm trying to do this. And she's like, but I need to work too, and it's frustrating. But there's this thing where, like, if the baby's crying and I pick him up, and a minute or two later, he's fine, and then 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, he's asleep, I feel like that power, that superpower, is kind of going to be my downfall. Like, wifey's, on one hand, jokingly, it's like, oh, cool, you put him to sleep, which would be, okay, fine. On the other hand, I'm worried that, like, she's going to hate me and be like, oh, he loves you more than he does me. And I'm already worried because the baby looks like a better carbon copy of me. Like copy paste, but better, without the balding, without the bad facial hair, or whatever. He looks better. I mean, of course, he's adorable. He's a little child. He came out with a full head of hair. My child came out with more hair than I got on my head. Like, from the get-go. And so I'm concerned. I'm a little worried that my wife is just going to be like, hey, I hate you because our kid is amazing. And so I want to just say that through it all, I am still learning and growing. I've been with my wife for 8 years. I wish we had started this journey earlier, but that is not what happened, and that's okay. But I love our kid. I love my wife. And we are progressing. We are adulting, and we are striving to be better and to do things better and trying to be mature about it. And I daily think about horrible relationships with, other people who have horrible relationships, guy and girl alike, both of them. Like, gee, what are you doing? And I'm like, I am constantly reminded about how lucky I am. And I try, sometimes I do really good, and sometimes I'm thinking hot stuff. And then most of the time I'm like, I don't know what I did to deserve my wife, but I need to do better. Always do better. And strive to be yourself, but also improve yourself and be a better version of yourself for your loved one. And I have to also remind myself that, like, look, I am setting an example. And here's a deep thought. Here's the deep thought of the day. Here's the dad thought of the day or the week or whatever. If your son could watch a video of what you do all day, would you want him to watch that video? Would you be okay with him watching that video? And if the answer is no, then maybe those things that you don't want your son to be watching, that you don't want him to emulate, maybe you shouldn't be doing them. Anyhow, it's something that's been in the back of my mind, and I just felt like it was super appropriate. So that's my video for right now. I am going to do more videos. I'm sorry, I don't have an excuse. I love you all. Happy 4th of July, it's coming up. I'm planning on doing a video before that. But this, I felt like I could do this video right now. And so that's what I'm doing. All right. Love you all. Plyman out. Bye-bye.